This dough is tripping me out. What is going on with these bubbles? All right, so we are gonna turn this out, and I'm gonna put it out on my my cutting board without flour for now. Try to let gravity do its thing. Ooh, this dough's coming right on out, no problem. Woo. Woo. I do like to use a little bit of the rice flour on my hands, just a tad. And this Thai rice flour is super powdery, so you don't really need a lot, but it just helps the dough from sticking to your hands. Then we're gonna use our bench scraper here and cut it in half. If you are baking for sale, then you could use a scale to measure out your loaves. My loaves typically measure anywhere from like 900 to 925 grams-ish. But if, you know, when I'm baking for the family, I just eyeball it. So let's get a little bit more flour on my hands. This laminated out. I am going to do my cinnamon and sugar first. I just sprinkle liberally with cinnamon. It's pretty liberal. I like using brown sugar for this. I typically use like 1/3 of a cup when I'm making a loaf. I'm gonna do a little bit extra, just a touch. One thing about brown sugar is you don't want to get it all the way to the edge. You want to leave like some room on the edge to be able to seal the dough closed during the shaping so that this sugar doesn't just seep out everywhere. Trust me when I say, if you don't do that, this thing can become a big giant mess very quickly and be extremely difficult to get into shape. Just like that. And then we're gonna take the edge of our dough here and fold it over. Try to seal it on the edges there. Do the same on this side. Seal it on the edges. I'm gonna do a little bit more cinnamon here. I'm not gonna do sugar here because if I do sugar here, it will not hold shape. And gently, gentle being the key word there, roll that up. Try to get these edges nice and sealed up. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna be using my Cambro. Sprinkle it with some rice flour, the top of your dough ball, and put it in seam side up. Try to pinch it closed a little bit on the bottom. Cover it. Love her and leave her alone, as one of my favorite creators says. Now this is our dough that we did the coil folds on last night. Perfect. So we're gonna cut this one in half. This dough is like so great. So I am using some pesto that I just got at the grocery store in the refrigerator section. And then these are dried, sun-dried tomatoes from Trader Joe's, the ones in the bag without the oil. You can also use the one in the oil, but I figure because I'm using kind of oily pesto, I thought the dried ones would be great in this. And then I'm using some of these mozzarella pearls that I had. Just sprinkle those around, shape this up. Right here, why not roll this up? Ooh, love her, leave her alone. And I like using quite a bit of jalapeno in mine because I like jalapeno in a lot of these bites. I don't want to go and like slice into it and it be like minimal jalapeno. All right, off to the side you go. It's like a little crumbly. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oils from, or the juice rather, from the jalapenos kind of make cheese here and just get it all over. Gorgeous jalapeno. Oof. Really, when there's more inclusions, it just it makes it a little bit like, what? It's in a funky shape, but let me tell you right now, it's gonna taste freaking insane. Look at her, she's beauty. OMG. A little baby diaper. Too bad you go, little one.